What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting Marvel Spider-Man 2. You know, I always look forward to, number one, making these videos in the first place, but number two, when it comes to one of my most anticipated games, I love to make the why I'm getting, videos that I do. This is a series where I talk about an upcoming game. We don't get too deep with the previews here. I will be doing a kind of preview on Spider-Man 2 very, very soon, but this is kind of just a personal opinion-filled video where I talk about why I'm so excited, why I'm ultimately getting the game. Okay, so let's go into the scheduling kind of first of when this game comes out before we get into the specifics of hopefully a Game of the Year quality game. Okay, so coming out on October 20th, we talked about it before. This is a game that I drop a lot of things for. In terms of the gaming industry, I drop pretty much everything for it. Now, there is a little time limit because there's this small little game called Alan Wake 2 that is actually my most anticipated game of the fall, and it comes out 7 days later, right? Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to rush through this game and 100% or platinum it in 7 days. Can I promise I won't do that, though? No. In fact, I very well may, but I'm not going to go in with that mentality. I want to take my time with this game. I want to kind of just suck it all in because ultimately we're going to be waiting, well, from Insomniac, from a Marvel point of view, we'll see them maybe even next year for DLC or Wolverine, maybe both of them in the same year. But for Spider-Man, it's going to be like 5 or so years until we see this again. So you got to kind of take it all in and kind of live in the moment. So in terms of the scheduling, there's that. This game for me is what makes October 20th a very special day. Not to discount Super Mario Bros. Wonder because I'm getting it. I'm just not going to play it that day. I'll play it later. This game gets the entire kind of calendar until Alan Wake 2 comes out, and then I got to put it down for a few days. All right, in terms of the game itself, I am beyond excited. And honestly, the reason why I love making all of these different videos for all these different games, I kind of can pump myself up. And I kind of can feel like within myself what games I get more and more excited for based off of how much I talk about them, how much I cover them. And so you can probably tell from how many Spider-Man videos I've made in just the last couple months, I have become like increasingly, like more excited for this game every passing day. I've talked about my opinions on Marvel Spider-Man 2018. I love the game. I do think it's a little bit weaker than some people say. And having replayed it, I replayed it, I think about a month and a half ago. It's still legendary, but there are some issues here and there with the story or the pacing, some of the collectible, I talked about them, like the collectathon stuff. There are definitely some things that I hope that they improve upon in this game. The good news is, from everything we've seen in this game, it looks so good. Obviously, we were waiting for, right, all of this marketing stuff to kind of come out, and we finally got it. And may I just say, bravo to them, right? Because you had a lot of doubters, a lot of people doubting them, which was kind of fair, because they were very, very quiet, which is the typical kind of Sony promotion of the last 3-4 years is really don't talk about the game until like a month and a half out, and then just reveal everything about it. That's been the strategy for God of War, for Horizon, for Spider-Man. It's just the way it is. And when they actually did come out and talk about it, show it, the game looks freaking unbelievable. The story trailer is still one of my favorite kind of things to watch back. I put in a lot of these videos. The extended gameplay, which was that 3-4 minute thing that they dropped at the State of Play, that one was incredible. All the new gameplay that we got from the preview event, right, of creators and all that stuff playing it, it just looks like so much fun. Visually, fantastic. I cannot wait. I talked about it a lot, like the web swinging. I really like the web swinging in 2018. I understand the things that they need to add. I understand there are some mechanics of previous older Spider-Man games that obviously people want to see them introduce into this, but I had just an absolute blast swinging around the city 5 years ago when I played it, just a month ago. It's highly addicting to just swing around the city, and you could really do that kind of for hours. So to mesh that now with the web wing and some of the new kind of mechanics of, we talked about like the water gliding and, very briefly water gliding, right? But just some of those smaller, I guess not necessarily quality of life, but just improvements kind of across the game makes me extremely happy. The game visually looks fantastic from everything we've seen. To me, it's the story. I think for a lot of people, it's the story. With Venom, we still don't know, right? And I really think things can go substantially one way or the other, depending on how the story of this game plays out. So I'll just say, right now, they have my attention. Right now, they have a chance to do something very, very special. And by the way, even if you don't play as Venom, I don't think that dooms the game literally in any way. But there are like opportunities here to make this game, in my opinion, one of the best, story games that you could have. Again, I didn't really I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I don't know if I loved the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2018 as much as other people. So I am looking for improvements there, and if they do that, I mean, again, like, this can be, I think, without a doubt, a Game of the Year contender. I'm excited to swing around, to have fun. The combat looks similar yet improved, which is kind of what you're expecting. The thing with this game is, the first game is so good that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. They did that with that game, right? And I mean, you could say there's Arkham influence, and there absolutely is some, right? But in terms of like making your own Spider-Man game, they already did that. So now it's about locating the weaknesses and fixing them, and I guess adding to it. So they've already talked about some of these, right? Like side missions and side activities, making them a little bit more fleshed out, making them on par with like main missions. Now, a lot of developers say that, so I'm not necessarily going to, just because they say it doesn't mean it's going to happen, is basically what I'm hinting at here. A lot of developers will say, well, we went into the side stuff to try to make it just as good as the main stuff. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. So ultimately, it's a wait and see kind of thing there, but I'm really excited to play this game. Okay, I really, really am. From the story to what they do with Venom and Harry, and if Kraven and Venom are it, or does Green Goblin get introduced? I mean, there's a lot they can play around with in this game, and I'm excited to kind of just give it to them. Like, they have this opportunity here. Just tell me the story. Tell me what you want to tell me. I don't have insane expectations, like, I guess, story-wise based off comics or any past material. I'm not even really into that stuff. Now, that's just me. I understand the community is probably a lot different, but just for me, I don't have a huge set of like comic-inspired expectations versus maybe some other people. So I feel like from a story perspective, I might be easier to please on that side of things. Maybe I'm harder to please in other ways, but at least on that side, I'm easier. So we'll see how they do. But like I said, all the things in my life, I mean, most things, not all things in my life, will stop on October 20th for this game, and I cannot wait. I'm getting I mean, this is a platinum game. I don't even care what the trophies are. I'm obviously getting the platinum for this game. So hopefully it can be a Game of the Year contender. It's high expectations for sure, and I guess that could backfire. Like, you got to throw it out there. Everybody is hoping for or expecting, even, you throw in that E word, that the very tricky E word, so much from this game. It can backfire, and maybe the game isn't a Game of the Year contender, but hopefully it is. Hopefully it is one of the better games that have come out this year. It's been a phenomenal year for gaming, and it's not over yet. It's not even over with Spider-Man. There's games after it that I'm really excited for as well, but this is definitely one of the big ones. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. Obviously, we got a lot more Spider-Man coverage to go on the channel, and I hope to see you there.